Ao's salon stood at the corner of a busy street in the heart of town, a simple building decorated with colorful posters of women showing off stunning braids and weaves. The smell of hair products and the soft murmur of conversation filled the air, making her salon a favorite hangout for women. Inside, there was always a line of customers eager to have their hair styled by Ao, the most popular hairstylist in the area. For years, her hands had worked wonders on all types of hair, kinky, curly, thick, or thin, it didn't matter. As soon as her fingers touched a head, the magic began. Her hands moved like a skilled artist, twisting, parting, and shaping hair into beautiful designs that seemed to defy expectations. Her reputation spread quickly. Women came from all over the city, even from nearby towns, to sit in her chair. No one ever left unhappy. Ao was not just a hairstylist. She was a magician, transforming even the most tangled hair into something stunning. But Ao's success came with a hidden secret. Every time she combed through someone's hair, she quietly collected the shed strands. With a practiced motion, she would sweep them aside without her client noticing, carefully saving them for later. At the end of each day, when her shop was finally quiet, she would sweep the floor, collecting every precious strand. To her clients, it was just hair, but to Ao, it was priceless. Once home, she followed a special ritual taught to her by an old herbalist. He had shown her how to channel the energy of the hair into something powerful. Each night, she would place the collected strands into a pot of water, prepared with a secret mix of herbs. As the hair boiled, the steam filled her small kitchen with a strange scent. This was more than cooking. It was a spiritual process that infused her with strength. After boiling the hair, Ao used the water to cook her meals. The herbalist had told her the power was in consuming this magic water. Each bite made her stronger, not in body, but in spirit. The more she performed this ritual, the more her clients returned, drawn to her like a magnet. Her hands, energized by the magic, seemed to work even faster, creating styles more beautiful with each passing week. For years, Ao's business flourished. Her name became famous, with mothers bringing their daughters to her, and women flocking to her shop for special occasions. Everything seemed perfect, until one day, a regular customer, Tola, walked in. She was a lovely woman in her early 30s, with thick hair that flowed down her back. "Tola, you're in for a treat today," Ao said with a smile. "You'll be the star of the wedding." Ao laughed as she began to style Tola's hair, her fingers moving expertly. Tola relaxed in the chair, trusting Ao completely. When Ao finished, Tola gasped in amazement. "Wow, Ao, it's gorgeous." She admired her reflection, but then something unexpected happened. Tola started to pick up the small hairs that had fallen on the floor. Ao's heart raced. "Tola, it's really not necessary," Ao said, trying to keep her voice steady. "I'll clean it up." "No, Ao. I read somewhere it's bad luck to leave hair behind. I always keep mine," Tola insisted. Ao felt panic rising. "Please, Tola, don't take it." But Tola was already gathering the strands, even those caught in the comb. She placed the hair into her bag, unaware of Ao's growing fear. Once Tola left, Ao collapsed into a chair, shaking. She grabbed her phone and called the herbalist. Double quotes hello. He answered. "Baba, something terrible has happened." Ao cried. "A customer her hair. What do I do?" There was silence on the line, then a heavy sigh. "I warned you, didn't I?" No customer must take their hair from your shop. I know. But can't we do anything? Ao begged. Double quotes, there is no remedy. The consequences will come, and there's nothing I can do, he said coldly. Ao hung up, tears streaming down her face. She had played with dark forces, and now it was time to pay. That night, Ao felt a strange ache in her hands. They swelled larger and larger until they were unrecognizable. She screamed in terror, clutching her hands as the pain worsened. The next day, she rushed to the hospital, but the doctors were confused. They ran tests, but no one could explain her condition. Weeks passed, and her hands became useless. Then, something worse began. Maggots crawled out from under her skin, feeding on her flesh. Months went by, and Ao's health continued to decline. Her once great hands, which had brought her success, were now a source of pain. Eventually, she could bear it no longer, and her body gave out. Ao died alone, her salon now empty. The women who once flocked to her had forgotten her name, and the story of the hairstylist who tampered with dark magic became just a cautionary tale, whispered among the townsfolk.